It's Tuesday, it's day 47 of our at-home workouts. It's Monday to Friday midday and you are ready to get into a full body workout. All you need today is a weight. That's all we need, whether it's a bag of books, a bag of water bottles, a dumbbell, a kettlebell, a bag of sand, a jerry can filled with water, a fire extinguisher, a Burmese mountain dog, a very large overweight cat. That's all you need today. You just need one weight. Get creative with the weight that you use and let's see what you've got. So we're going to get into a full body workout using our weight. It's going to be a higher tempo today. Everything we do is 30 seconds and for every 30 seconds you do, you earn 5 seconds. Ooh, 5 seconds. That's not a rest. Your 5 seconds is time to change to the next exercise or the next variation of the same exercise. So for example, switching between left and right, you're going to switch, you got 5 seconds, so there is no excuse for not getting the full workout in. Hello, Partha here, how are you there? Hey guys, how are we? Hey Karen, good to see you guys all coming on board. Good to see. So hey Tom, how are we doing? Tom, straight in the door, first in the door for you Tom, very efficient. It's good to see some new names, it's good to see some older names. That's great guys. So we're going to get into our workout again. It's fully scalable, so if you need to scale anything back, just reduce the actual range of movement, then reduce the resistance, then reduce the tempo, and ultimately if you need to take a breather and sit down and stop for a few seconds, do so. But again, it's all on you. You have to take what I'm giving you verbally and assimilate it and apply it to what you're doing at your training. The only difference is I'm not standing over you, keeping an eye on your techniques. You've got to listen to what I'm saying and you got to apply it yourself. I got my tunes on. MTV, Club MTV, non-stop bangers are on. Okay, hey Carol, big waves. Is this day 47 for you too, Carol? Or 46, 46? 46, sorry, I've lost count already. Day 46 today, isn't it? 47, it is 47. What am I saying? I've got my mind Führer over here, just keeping an eye on things with our calculator. Okay guys, let's get into our warm-up. So we're gonna start with our feet hip width. Our feet are beneath our hip bones. Take a big step forward and just drop that knee straight down to the floor. Push through the flat of that foot and up and come again. Again, nice and slow. And if you're anything immobile like me, your knees are going to be a bit stiff. They're going to require a little bit of movement just to get them back up to speed and get the blood flowing around them and get the lactic acid moved out of them. I can't promise that my wife won't kick any kids in the face today doing burpees. The other fella, he got knocked out yesterday, out cold. He was unconscious. How long was he unconscious for? He was unconscious for 20 minutes, wasn't it? Yeah. When he woke up, he could speak fluent French, which is always a bonus. Yeah. Can you help me on the couch, please? He's over there trying to colour in the couch. No, he couldn't speak French. Sure, who in their right mind would want to speak French? Okay, guys, how are all my French people getting on online? C'est vrai? Bon. Okay guys, so we're going to go into a core rotation. So we're going to go soft knees, shoulders back, push the hips back behind you till your upper body is parallel with the floor. Let the arms just hang and then you're going to twist your body as much as possible. Big rotations through the spine. Big rotations. Whoa. I'm hungry today. I'm earning my lunch. So after this, I'm going to have a big old lunch. Big rotations. Okay, and after this we're going into our squats. We'll slowly come up out of it, feet shoulder width with our squat. Initiate by pushing the hips back down at the bottom. Push the knees out for 3 seconds with your elbows and then standing up. So push your bum back like you're shutting a door, sit your bum down. The soles of your feet are on the floor at all times. Don't let your heels creep up into the air. Push your knees out for 3 and then stand back up. And again, slowly those knees, hips, ankles are coming online, mobilizing and allowing you to increase the range of movement. Oh, there we go, good stuff. So you're as mobile as possible to kick your children in the face as they walk behind you when you're doing burpees. So those of you who weren't training with me yesterday, the wife was over to the side of the room, the youngest lad was walking behind her, she was doing burpees, foot meet eye. Hilarious for some. He's all right though. Okay, so we're gonna go from the squat into a high plank. So we're gonna go 2 hands on the floor, 2 feet on the floor. Bring your left foot forward, stretch out that right hip flexor. Hold it there for 3, 2, 1. And then the same leg, bring it under the body. Bend the knee and drop your hips down on top for 3, 2, 1. Back into the high plank, bring the right foot forward, hold it there for 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee under the body, drop the weight down on top, feel the stretch on the right hip for 3, 2, 1. And we're changing every 6 seconds between left and right. And every 3 seconds on the left, we go under the body with the leg. And then we repeat the same process on the right. So how many of you guys out there in Instagram land are on day 47 alongside me and Nick? Hey, Carol Amara, Karen Crawford, Tina, I'd say in the pin, Ronan, say you guys aren't far off it. Let me know how you guys are getting on. Trish, how are you getting on? What number are we on? How are my students in Sutton Park? How are my faculty in Sutton Park? Neve and Ronan and others. Oh, how are my internationals? My international students, Abu Dhabi's, Dubai, Dubanese. Okay, up we come. New Yorkers, LA, what else we got? Germany, Austria, Denmark, Spain, Italy, France. A couple of Brits in there too. Welsh, a few Welsh. And Margaret Breen just joined. Welcome, Margaret. 44 for you, Trish. Excellent, well done. Okay. You can do the 3 other ones this evening as a makeup, and then you'll be on 47 because then OCD rules. Okay, guys, so what we're going to do to start, we're going to keep it nice and simple. We're going for kettlebell swings. It's going to be right hand kettlebell swings for 30 seconds. Then you get a 5-second transition to go to the left. It's an accumulator, so every round, which is a minute 10 seconds, because that includes 2 5-second breaks, we're going to be adding a new exercise. The idea is to keep going for the 30 seconds. Ready to go in 10 seconds. We're going right hand kettlebell swings. 9, 8. If you got your kettlebell, grab a candle. 5 seconds. 4, and just listen to what I'm saying to you, okay? 3, 2, right hand only. 1, and standing up tall. So we're driving the floor away with the soles of the feet. At the bottom of the swing, you've got your butt pushed out behind you and your nose is reaching out in front. You're holding a tennis ball between your shoulder blades, or you're imagining you are. You're going to drive the floor away aggressively with the soles of the feet, and then squeeze your stomach muscles when you're up tall at the top. And that just makes sure that we're not hyperextending our hips. 3, 2, 1. Rest 5 seconds. Trust me, you're going to need this. 4, 3. Switch hands. 2, 1. Left hand swings. Let's go. So this is going to be the second half of round 1. Round 2, we're going into right hand kettlebell swings for 30, left hand kettlebell swings for 30, right side rear lunge for 30, left side rear lunge for 30. Then we're back up to the top of the list, which is our swings, and we're accumulating a new exercise as we work our way down. 5 more seconds, 4 more, 3, 2, 1. Back to the top of the list. It's swings, right hand, 3, 2, ready to go, 1, let's go. So you're getting a break every 30 seconds. So if it's only 30 seconds, what does that mean? It means perfect posture, perfect technique, and slightly increased tempo than you would on the 45 and 50-second rounds. So remember, drive the floor, squeeze the stomach at the top, and at all times, you're holding that tennis ball between your shoulder blades. 3, 2, 1. Changing back to the left hand, ready to swing in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So again, it's all about aggressively extending the soles of the feet into the floor, because that in turn transfers the energy up the body, through the core, and into the bell. If you go soft on the stomach muscles, you will not transfer the full complement of energy, and therefore it'll be a lot harder to swing that bell, and you end up using the upper body a lot more. 5 seconds, and then we're going back to the right hand, and we're going to go into rear lunge with the right leg. 2, 1. Bell on the right shoulder, feet hip width, just like a warm up. 2, 1. Kick right leg back, drop right knee, push through the flat of the left foot. And you're going to find a tempo that you can maintain at a high enough rate, but with perfect technique. So really concentrate. Kick leg back, drop knee, push through flat, stand tall. 10 seconds, and then we're going to shift everything to the left and focus on kicking lefty out behind us. 2, 1, change left hand, maintain width on feet, holding left shoulder, kick left leg, let's go. So kick that left leg back, drop the knee, push through the sole of that right foot, stand tall. So you'll know you're pushing through the sole of the right foot if you're feeling on the outside of your quad and on your butt cheek. If you're only feeling it on one, you're pushing too far on the front or too far on the back. The front equals thigh and knee, the back equals hip. So we want to push equally. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the top of the list. Right hand, kettlebell swings. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So shoulders back, chest out, head up. So now that we've reduced the time slightly on our sets to 30 seconds, it doesn't mean you go slower and half-assed. If anything, you go more technique, but at a higher tempo. So you gotta concentrate more on what you're doing. So send those signals from the brain, down the spine, and into the relevant muscles. Visualize the lift. 2, 1, change to the left. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So after this, we're going into our rear lunge, and then after our rear lunges, we're going into our thrusters. Yeah, we're top loading the accumulator today with a lot of posterior work. Posterior basically means the back of the body. 10 seconds. 9, 8, remember the aggression in the swings. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the right hand, on the right shoulder, feet hip width. 2, 1. Kick leg back, drop knee together. Kick leg back, drop knee together. And we are looking at all times to hold that imaginary glass of water on your head and not spill it. And we're looking to push through the sole of that foot. So nail that left foot to the floor. It stays there, and the only leg that moves is your right leg. 7 seconds, and then we're gonna do an L1-2 switcheroo to the left. 3, 2, 1. Change left hand. Feet same width as the hip bones. 2, 1. Kick left leg, drop, and up. So at all times, those feet stay hip width apart, even when the lunge is behind you. You don't lunge around like you're on a tightrope. You lunge maintaining the gap. So we got another 11 seconds. Then we're shifting back to the right side. It's going to be a full squat, and then we're going to ride the lightning all the way up into a thruster above the head. 2, 1. Back to the right hand. Feet shoulder width now, toes turned out. Push the hips back, sit into your squat, power above the head. Push hips back, sit into the squat, power above the head. So what we're looking for here is the feet are flat on the floor at all times. You're sticking your butt out to start, and you're keeping your knees out to the side. Don't let the knees fall in under the body, keep them out to the side. Spread your knees wider. Stick your knees out like a V. There we go, what a girl. 3 seconds, 2, 1. Change left hand, ready to go. 3, 2, 1. Hips back, down, push through the flat. And then what you're doing at the top is you're capitalizing on that aggressive push with the feet into the floor, and then you're riding that tempo all the way above the head. So again, the big muscles do the driving, the small muscles do the steering. Whew. Remember that bell finishes above and slightly behind the head. 3, 2, 1. End of the list, back to the top. Swings right hand. 2, 1. Let's go. So remember, with your swing, shoulders pinned back, chest proud, push floor away, soles of the feet. This is a tough enough workout today, guys, even though you're only taxing one side for 30 seconds at a time. Because that small window allows you to maintain that perfect technique at a higher tempo. So you're working the cardio system more effectively. 2, 1. Change hands, get ready to go left side. We had muscular endurance. We've now got cardio endurance lumped in there as well now, because we're not letting the heart rate drop for very long, if at all. And that metabolic rate should fly up. And you should already be warm. You should already be breathing heavily. But at all times you're focusing on full contact with the soles of the feet. You should never roll onto the side of your foot in order to accommodate the swing. If that's the case, just put your feet a little wider. 3, 2, 1. Right shoulder, rear lunge in 3, 2, 1. Kick knee back, drop knee, push off left foot. Kick back, drop, tip, up left foot. And again, continuous reps is the order of the day. Kicking that leg back, tip the knee off the floor, drive through the flat of that left foot, and come up tall. So at this stage, you may feel like, oh, my technique is starting to fail here because I'm getting tired. All you got to do then is scale it back, reduce the tempo, and reduce the resistance. 2, change to the left. 1, let's go. So again, emphasis, technique first. Posture, and then, and only then, do you worry about the tempo. Sound like a stuck record, but when we get training, we get brain fog, ribbit, and we start to forget. 7 seconds, then we're getting ready for thrusters on the right side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up we get, right shoulder, sitting into the squat, feet shoulder width, toes turned out. Stick your ass out, stick your ass down, let's go. And again, it's all about pushing the floor away with the soles of the feet. And at the top, just lock it out for half a second. Emphasize that squeeze on the stomach. And then push your hips back and drop back down into your next rep. And your knees at all times are pushed out into the V. The same V that the angle on the feet are pointing. 3, 2, 1. Switch left. 3, 2, 1. Go. Kick back, drop, drive to the sky. Kick back, drop, drive to the sky. Whoa. Nice work. Keep that going. So after our thrusters, we're going into a bent over row, but this time the bent over row has no chair, no table, no support. It's up to you to maintain that posture with your core and your postural muscles on your back. 2, 1. Right hand on the bell. Soft knees. Shoulder blades back. Stick your ass out. Squeeze your stomach and pull. So we don't want to round that back. We want to make sure that back is as straight as possible. Our stomach is tight. The soles of our feet are in contact with the floor. We're pulling from the lat, which is the big piece of muscle on the back of the body. So you want to stick your butt out and you want your nose to reach forward. Stick your chest out and hold that tennis ball between your shoulder blades. 5 seconds, we're changing to the left. Stand up slowly in between. 3, 2, 1. Stand up, change hands. Soften knees, shoulder blades pinned. Stick ass out and pull. If you find your posture is starting to fail, put your hand on your leg. If you're finding that's still not helping, then find a surface like a table or a chair to put your hand on. But ideally, we want to put the focus on the body holding itself independently, which then in turn allows you to isolate your stomach muscles and your lats. 5 seconds, we're back to swings. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up we get, right hand on the bell. 3, 2, 1, and swinging. Whew. So, there is very little, if any, rest, because that 5 seconds is invaluable to switch between right and left and vice versa. So you are going to find yourself tired, but as with everything we do, you're going to find one exercise tends to be the easiest out of them all, and that means being able to kind of switch off and just go through the technique automatically. Change sides to the left, and by doing that you're giving yourself a couple of seconds to recover. So essentially you're recovering on the fly. So instead of sprinting, you're slowing down the tempo, you're recovering to a degree, and you're going again. Active recovery. That's what we're aiming for here. For me, it's my swings. I find the swings the easiest out of the ones we've done so far. Therefore, I kind of go into autopilot, which allows me to recover, ready for the rear lunges. Whew. Back to the right hand. Right leg rear lunge. 2, 1. Maintain gap, kick knee back, drop, foot together, or feet together. Otherwise it'd be very hard to do. lunges with just one leg. 20 seconds to go. Your leg sore?
I got stuck at the bottom.
Did you get stuck at the bottom?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Whew. 10 seconds. And then we're going to do a 5-second change to the left. And trust me, when that 5 seconds does not sound like very much and doesn't actually last very much. Change. The 5 seconds rest and the 5 seconds work are immeasurably different in your head. So 5 seconds of work is probably about 20 seconds in your head, and 5 seconds of rest is probably about 1 to 2 seconds in your head. 15 seconds, and then we're into thrusters on the right side. I'm getting tired, but I'm slowing it down. I'm focusing on my technique and my power placement through my foot. 3, 2, 1. Back to the right shoulder, feet shoulder width. 3, 2, 1. Hips back and down, knees driven out, power into the floor with the feet, and that in turn allows you to steer that bell above your head. Hips back and down, power is dumped into that bell, giving it its own autonomous energy, and then your arms just steer where you want it to go. And at no time do I change my technique in order to facilitate. If anything, I focus more on my technique. Change sides. 3, 2, 1. Left side, let's go. So after this, we're going into what, Nick? Bent over row. Oh, doesn't miss a beat, that one. Oh. Have you punched Zach enough for him walking into your foot while you were doing burpees yet? Yeah, good. 10 seconds. Oh. 7 seconds. 6. I think a black eye suits him. 4, 3, 2, 1. Right hand holds the bell. Into bent over row, soft knees, stick the ass out, and start that lawnmower. That's it. Nice work, guys. So at the end of this round, just want to check my notes. Yeah. It starts with B and ends in E. What are we going to do? What's the next exercise? It starts with B and it ends with E. Burpee, exactly. 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5. It's a magical exercise. 3, 2, 1. It makes everybody hate you all like that. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Shoulder blades back. Squeeze your stomach. I've got the whole family over here. The wife, the kids, everything. The dog wanted in, but she's out the back in the sun right now. Whoa, she'll get a walk later. 13 seconds. So I was getting a little bit of rotation on my torso, so I just put my arm on my leg, squeeze on my stomach. That just locks everything in and allows me to isolate my left lat. Get ready to put the bell on the floor in 2, 1. Bell down. 30 seconds burpees, 5-second breather, 30 seconds burpees. 3, 2, 1. 2 hands on floor, legs go back, chest on floor, in and jump to celebrate. Whew. So the idea here is we're halfway through the set. We're just going to spike that heart rate just that little bit more. Think of it like a keepy uppy. So we put our hands on the floor. Once you put your hands on the floor, you figure out how the legs are going to go back. And then we get the chest to the floor. And rest. 5 seconds. We're going again. 4, 3, ready, 2, 1. Hands on floor, go. Woo. So 25 seconds. We're back to the top of the list. And at this stage, we're into our kettlebell swings. And we are continuously moving with hands on floor for the burpees, because that in turn keeps you honest in your reps. If you hang around and think about putting your hands on the floor, you're not actually going to end up doing the burpees at a high enough tempo. Rest, back to the bell, right hand, 2, 1, swing. That's it. Nice work. Woo. So again, shoulders back, chest out, head up. This sucks. Embrace the suck. That's what they say. Don't think, just do. Whew. 10 seconds. Whew. And then we're going to go back to the left side, and we're focusing I'm planting those feet aggressively, uniformly into the floor. Rest and change. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Left side swings. So if we're starting to struggle and we see a chink appear in the technique that we can't repair, just hold that bell with 2 hands. And if necessary, slow down the reps. And if necessary, stop for a second. But again, technique is key. 7 seconds, 6, 5, lunges next, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up onto the right shoulder with the arm, or the bell I say, and feet hip width, kick leg back, drop knee, foot pushed into the floor. So, it should feel like it's been ages since we've been back here. Feel like it's been ages since we've been back here. So you gotta really focus on driving that left foot into the floor in order to maintain the correct muscles firing. 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4. It's a warm one today. 3, 2, 1. Change left hand, left leg. 2, 1. Kick leg back, drop knee floor, push through flat of foot. So remember, use the imagination of a full glass of water on your head. Whew. You don't want to spill it, you want to hold it perfectly upright. So it's kick leg back, drop knee, push through flat of right foot to stand tall. And why are we doing this workout at home, guys? It's because we have to stay home in order to flatten the curve, and it's happening big time. And rest back to the right side. We're going to thrusters. 3, 2, 1. Push hips back, sit hips down, drive that bell. So as with everything we do, we focus on the technique. Oh, we focus on the posture. And then once we have the technique and posture, as per the verbal instructions coming down the phone to you, or the tablet or the iPad, or the laptop, you apply them and you really stay rigid on the technique. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Left hand. 3, 2, feet shoulder width. 1. Stick ass out. Sit ass down. Push 2 feet flat into floor. So again, I always use the visualization of, imagine you're squatting with your feet in wet sand. After the squat, you step out of those footprints and you see where you've been pressing down the most. And it should be a uniform push down on the footprint. Not more on the front or back, uniformly through the soles of the feet. 4, 3, what's next, Nick? 2, 1, bent over row. 3, 2, soften your knees, shoulders back, stick the butt out and pull. And the key here is keeping your upper body rigid. So you gotta squeeze your stomach in order to stabilize your body, stop it from rotating and isolating that right lat. So take what I was just saying there and apply it rigidly to your frame. 3, 2, 1, stand up, change hands. Woo. Stick ass out, shoulder blades pinned, and let's start that lawnmower. And again, I'm just putting my hand very lightly on my thigh because it just helps my core to isolate my lat and stop my body from rotating. But at all times, my shoulder blades are pinned, my ass is pushed out the back, my nose is reaching forward, I'm squeezing my stomach, and I'm pulling from my shoulder blade, the lat on my back. We're going into what next? What's next, Aki? Burpees. 2, 1, bell down. Burpees next in 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on floor. Let's go. Whew. So after our burpees, we're going into clean and jerk. So a clean is where the bell starts on the floor. It comes up to the chest, and then we continue it by pushing it from the chest above the head. Use your hips and knees in the clean and jerk to help move that bell. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest 5 seconds. We're going more burpees. 3, 2, 1. Hands on floor. Let's go. So because we've top loaded the lists today with functional resistance work, your levels of fatigue are a lot higher today than they usually would. So if you're finding yourself asking the question, am I getting more unfit? No. It's just we're increasing the resistance levels to test your newfound fitness. Rest. Woo. Back to the bell, right hand on the bell. Feet nice and wide. Sit your butt down, bell on floor. Drive the floor away. Catch it on the chest. Bit of a hip and a knee dip. Punch it above the head. So hips down, drive to the flat, onto the chest, hip and knee, push above the head. And again, at both parts of the lift, we're using the legs and hips extending to move that bell. You're not using the shoulder on its own. If anything, and rest, change. If anything, the legs and hips are doing 90% of the work. Now let's go. Big hip drive, aggressive. Big hip drive and aggressively above the head. Back to the floor. Set the posture. Hip drive up. Hip drive, push. Whew. 20 seconds. And then we are back into our swings. Shoulders back, chest out, head up. We got 10 seconds. And we're working continuously. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Time for one more. 1. Whew. Back to the right hand. Into our swings. Ready to go. Let's swing. We're almost there, guys. We're flying through it. We have another 42 minutes to go. I'm joking. I would if I could. I would if I was allowed. But I'd be killed. There'd be deliberate kicks in the head from burpees if I ended up doing that. Whew. So, we're just coming into the last hour and a half of the work, the last 10 minutes of workout. Rest, change to the left hand. Get a kettlebell thrown at my head now. And let's go, left side. Shoulders back, chest out, head up. At this stage, those swings should be pretty natural movement patterns. Stay with me, keep going. 15 seconds. Woo! So we got 10 seconds left, and then we're going into our rear lunge. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest back to the right hand, feet hip width. 3, 2, 1. Kick leg back, drop knee, back up we come. Kick leg back, drop knee, up we come. And at all times, that left foot is pushing uniformly through the sole. The knee isn't wobbling left and right, it's staying rigid. We're keeping our upper body upright by squeezing our core, and we're maintaining that good posture as we work. 10 seconds. 7 seconds. 6. Stay with me, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Left hand. Flying through it. 3, 2. Left leg. 1. Let's go. Kick left knee back. Drop knee. Push through flat of right foot. And maintain that perfect posture. Whew. So after this, we're going into our thrusters. And the sweat at this stage is coming thick and fast because it's a warm day, but also because there's no hiding in this workout. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the right side. Feet shoulder width. Push your hips back, down, and power the floor away with the soles of those feet. Remember that analogy I was using a few minutes ago where you're sitting into a squat on sand and we want uniform foot pressure. Remember, those knees need to be pushed out to the side, but you do not roll onto the side of the foot in order to accommodate them. If you find you're rolling onto the side of your feet, just spread your feet a little wider and maintain surface contact. 2, 1. Rest, change to the left. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hips back, hips down, power. Hips back, hips down, power. And it's all about using the biggest muscles in the system to drive that bell above the head. I'm a big believer in learning by doing. So you start with the movement pattern, then you start introducing a little bit of resistance. And we really focus on the two. So there's no point. Rest, change to the right hand. We're going into our bent over row. Let's go. Right hand, stick the ass out and start the lawnmower. So I'm a big believer in, if someone was to learn, get them in and instruct them as they're going, not as they're standing still watching a demo. Get in, talk them through it step by step. The first few reps will be horrible looking, but as you listen to the points and you start applying those small little points one at a time in the sequence, then that exercise starts to get molded into something pretty good. So again, that's why I verbalize as we're working as opposed to demoing and then we all go into it. Let's go, change left hand. So again, my 2 feet are flat on the floor, my knees are soft, my ass is pushed as far out behind me as I can, my shoulder blades are pinned back. I can feel my hamstrings, I can feel my glutes nice and tight, and that in turn allows me to pull from my left shoulder blade. We got 10 seconds, and then we're into the deliciousness that is burpees. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, bell down. Ready to go burpees in 4, 3, 2. Rule number 1, hands on floor, let's go. So once we've got our hands on the floor, we then get our chest on the floor. After our chest on the floor, we're then going into, sorry, I just want to check my notes there. We're then going into reverse and get yourself back up tall again. 10 seconds, then you get a short breather for 5, and then we're going again. So we're just spiking that heart rate, playing keepy uppy. 2, 1, rest 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Nice work, guys. Keep moving. Just keep moving. That's all we have to do at this point. Keep it going. My timer is just blacked out on me. Keep moving. Whew. I'll do extra burpees at the end. 25 or 12 seconds. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We're back to the bell in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the bell. Whew. Clean and jerk. Hand on bell. Drive floor away. Catch on chest. And punch it above the head. Again, go slow. You have a 30-second window. If you need to use 2 hands, by all means use them. But I want you to emphasize the legs doing the driving. If you aren't sitting down to start the position and you're just sticking your head out in front, you're going to be loading your lower back too much. Push your hips back and sit down. Drive the floor away with the soles and change sides. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Drive floor away with legs. Stick ass out, drive floor away with legs. So there's 2 floor pushes, shall we say, with each rep. It's moving the bell off the floor, and then it's moving the bell off the chest. And it's all about sticking your ass out. Finally, an excuse to stick your ass out and not get in trouble. 3, 2, 1. Back to the right hand. Generate power. Sumo deadlift. Steer to the chin. Back to the floor. Let's go. Sit hips down. Drive just to the chin. Back to the floor. Sit hips down. Drive the floor. Back to the chin. Back to the floor. So what you're going to be doing here is emphasizing the leg extension to generate power and bring that bell to your chest. You try not to pull with the arm. We try and generate as much of the power as possible with the feet aggressively pushing into the floor while you maintain perfect posture. And rest, change, left hand. Let's go. So at the end of this, we're going through everything one more time. And then we are done for Tuesday. So in 20 seconds, we're going into our last round. Every time we finished a round, we have now knocked that exercise off the list and it's no longer to be repeated in today's workout. 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the right hand into our swings. Last time on right side swings. 3, 2, 1. Let's swing. So again, shoulders back, chest tall, stomach tight at the top, and the soles of those feet fully in contact with the floor. So you're tired now, we all are. So that means you've got to really focus on that perfect sequence, the perfect squeeze of the muscles. So take the sequence and apply it. Think about it. Don't just go through the motions. At all times you're in control of that bell on the way up and down. And rest, change left hand. No more right hand swings. 2, 1, let's go. Pin your shoulder blades at all times. Push the floor down with the soles of the feet aggressively. Stand tall and squeeze your stomach at the top. So shoulder blades, feet, stomach. Keep focusing on those 3 points and you can't go far wrong. We got 10 seconds, then we're into our rear lunge. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bell on the right shoulder, kicking back, 2, 1, rear lunge. Drop knee, push through the flat of the left foot and come tall. So I've just shifted the weight around my back or shoulder onto my back, but I'm still holding it. And what I'm doing there is I'm just giving my shoulder a little bit of a break, but I'm still keeping that same weight on my body and I'm making sure my technique remains correct. Because what I was finding was the weight was pulling me forward as the shoulder was getting tired and dropping and therefore throwing my posture off kilter. 3 seconds, 2, 1, change, left hand. Stay with me guys. If you've come this far, the finish line is just ahead of you. Let's go, kick back, drop knee, drive through the flat of the right foot. Excellent, well done. So this is not the last lunge you're going to be doing in this exercise. There will be an element of lunging in the very last exercise to finish it all off. It will be a clean, and the clean will be caught in a lunge. Dun, dun, dun. I can see her eyes going into the top of her head trying to think, how the hell do you do that? Whew. Back to the right hand now. Thrusters right side. 3, 2, 1. Push hips back, sit hips down, power the floor away, and that bell in turn gets transferred above the head with the same energy as the legs are generating. The arms are just steering. I'm very sorry if it's ad nauseum explaining, but if you're anything like me, you go dumb after a couple of minutes because that blood isn't in the brain, you're concentrating on other things, and you tend to forget. And change. So that's where I come in as a trainer. 2, 1, let's go. And if I keep reiterating the movement pattern, the sequence, and the muscles to be used, you guys can apply it without much brain power, which in turn allows you to keep moving. So in 12 seconds, bent over row. 7 seconds. Bracing my core as I work because I want to transfer that energy as much as possible. And change. Right hand, feet shoulder width, shoulder blades pin back, stick ass out, start lawnmower. And again, if you need support, put your hand on your knee, which then in turn allows you to stay more rigid on the rotation on your torso and isolate that right lat. It's very hard to do pull exercises with one piece of kit, so you got to get creative with the one very rare movement that you can do. So that's why I always go into the single arm row with different angles on the wrist. 3, 2, 1, stand up tall, set your posture again, change hands, soften the knees, push the ass out, and pulling from that lat. So again, nice and slow. Every rep is preceded by a stomach squeeze. We're going into burpees next. It'll be the last time, we do burpees today. Unless, of course, you're going to join me in 1,000 burpees. I'm not going to do 1,000 burpees today. 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put your bell down for a couple of seconds. 3 seconds, we're into burpees. 2, 1. Hands on floor, legs go back, chest on floor, and up we get. Woo, hands down, legs out. In and up. 20 seconds to your breather. Nice work. 15 seconds to the breather. 12 seconds. Almost home, guys. Flatten that curve. 5 seconds, saving lives around the world. Woo. Rest 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go again. Last set of burpees. 30 seconds. And then we're into our clean and jerk. It is a particularly tough session today, but secretly, the sadist in you is loving it. Whew. The masochist is just going along with it. 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to your bell. Right hand on the bell. Clean and jerk. 2, 1. Let's go. So, after this, we're going to be going into the left side. And remember, emphasis is on leg drive. And that will become very apparent when we get into our last exercise, which is clean into rear lunge. 7, 6, 5, leg drive. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bell down, change hands. 4, 3, left hand. 2, posture, posture, posture. 1, let's go. Drive aggressively on both elements of moving the bell. Drive the floor away, and then drive it away again to get it above the head. 20 seconds, and then we're gonna stay with the leg drive, because everything after the burpees is all about hinge activation. Maintain posture. If you lose the posture, you round your back, which therefore dissipates energy before it can get to the hand. And rest back to the right hand. Sumo deadlift, high pull. It's not a pull, it's a high steer. Let's go. Sit hips down, drive floor away. Bell gets steered to the chest. Drive floor away, steer to the chest. And again, at all times, before that bell leaves the floor, you're going through a very quick checklist. Are my hips back? Is my chest out? Are my feet in contact with the floor? Are my knees pushed out? Am I engaging the whole surface of the foot in the drive? 3, 2, 1. Down, change hands. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Drive floor away, pull to chin, or steer to chin. So the next exercise we're going into is going to be our last of the day, and it is going to be a clean, and then when we catch the clean, you're going into a rear lunge. And then as you get more and more comfortable with it, we start to fudge those lines between the clean and the lunge, and they both happen fairly simultaneously. I get an eye roll across the room. 3, 2, 1. Back to the right hand. So we're going to do a clean, and then after you do your clean, up, lunge. And feet together, back down to your clean. Drive the floor away, and then into your lunge. And then as you get more comfortable with it, that transition between your rear lunge and your clean gets filed down until it's pretty seamless. But you do not go into your lunge until you have fully extended the body upright and the bell is caught on the chest. If you are going into a lunge while your ass is still out behind you, you are not doing the full rep all the way up and then into your lunge. Change hands. Last 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Clean to the chest all the way up, and then your leg goes behind you. So again, it's your left hand on the bell, it's your left leg going behind. So it's all about aggressively push the floor away, get fully upright, and then work on your lunge. Do not try and blur the lines too early. And that knee should be getting all the way to the floor with every rep. 5 seconds, 4, 3, time for one more, 2, 1, rest. Woo! And that is your Tuesday. Do you want to come over and say hello to everyone? She still doesn't want to come in front of the camera. Whew, okay. So in through nose, out through mouth, and that's a serious full body workout, guys. That's your Tuesday. So grab a sip of water, grab yourself a little bit of space, push the bell away, grab yourself some you time. I'm gonna turn that beeper off, otherwise I'll have it in my dreams. Whew. Okay, so we're gonna go into our cool down stretch. We're gonna go passive. So feet nice and wide, soften the knees, push your hips back behind you, drop the backs of the hands to the floor. Take a big breath in through the nose, exhale out the mouth, and just go ragdoll and hang. And start to realize now what you have actually just accomplished. In through nose, out through mouth. The amount of movement, the amount of continuous repetitions, the very little rest time, the full body aspect of it, front, back, rotational, push, pull, twist, bend, hinge, squat, lunge, press, row, everything, all the moving planes have been targeted. Okay, up we come, big stride forward, drop that knee onto the floor, interlock your fingers, put them behind your head and drive that hip forward. Don't let your back arch, just let your hips sink forward. So again, a little bit of realization, a little bit of a pat on the back for yourself, and I want you to focus on how much you've actually achieved in that workout. Maybe you had to scale it back. That's absolutely fine. We're still focusing on the working muscles. Change sides. So for example, if I'm doing a squat, regardless of whether I have 5, 10, 100 or no weight, kilos, or no weight on my body when I'm doing it, I am still unlocking my hips. I am still dropping my hips. I am still pushing through the flat of my feet. My knees are pushed out and my core is engaged. The only difference is if I'm using weight, my muscles just have to push that little bit harder. So if you're using weight and you're not using weight, it doesn't matter, because you're still getting the same range of movement, you're still stimulating muscles, you're still burning calories, you're still strengthening joints, and you're still moving in the full range of movement. It's brilliant. You don't need weights, okay? The weight is there as an added bonus, okay? So we're standing tall, we're gonna drop our right hand down our back in between our shoulder blades, left on the elbow, pull to the left. So how did you get on, guys? Whew, great workout, Ronan, thanks. You're very welcome, Edwina. Thanks, Mr. Motivator. I was actually only watching him on TV the other day, on Gogglebox, I think it was. Was Mr. Motivator on Gogglebox? Left hand down the back. I don't think that man's aged. Back to center. Big breath in through the nose, and like I was saying, these sessions are free. They're here Monday to Friday, midday live. You can catch them on Instagram TV afterwards at any time, because Instagram doesn't let me put it on the stories anymore for 24 hours, which is probably better because it's gone then. And you can also get them on our YouTube channel, link in the bio. So if you guys like, tag, share, and session 40, legs ready to fall off, perfect. So like, tag, share, tell all your friends, get in on the workout, and I will see you same time tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy the weather.